All right. Hey, I'm Partyman X. This is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. I guess, let's just get into it. So, starting off, we're picking Rodney Mullen. Oftentimes, you'll see in other games you're picking a custom skater, but in this game, we cannot edit our base stats at all. So, we pick Rodney Mullen as he has pretty good tricks and pretty good stats for the run. So, in 3, 2, 1, go. So, starting off, we're on Hangar. This level is kind of in classic Tony Hawk fashion, very hectic. You're going back and forth doing all sorts of goals. So the idea of this run is it's all goals and golds. We're completing every goal in every level, as well as getting every gold medal in every competition. And, well, to complete every goal, we have to, obviously, complete the named goals, as well as collect all of the cash-in levels. That's one thing that this game has that no other game really has. So this game has kind of been unpopular partially due to that. There's just a lot to do and a lot to fit into every level. I always compare these classic Tony Hawk games to, when, like in a dog show when they're doing the obstacle course. It's basically that as a speed run. Yeah, so that's Hangar. We're going to take a quick break to upgrade our stats a little bit. So to upgrade your stats, you have to collect cash, and there are a couple points in this run where you upgrade them. This is really the only Tony Hawk run where you ever do that. And yeah, as we enter School 2, this level is extremely long. We can only really complete every goal in multiple runs. So we do our first run to get some cash, as well as the secret tape. And then our second run, we're doing most of the stuff. We have maybe the most frustrating goal in the game, which is to destroy 5 school bells. And in order to do that, you have to wall ride them, but for some strange reason, it loves to not work. So I figured out that if you hit the wall at about a 45-degree angle, I think the deal is that it slows you down enough that you're going to hit the trigger to destroy it. So yeah, it's a very fun goal to try to do fast. Often you'll just go straight through one and you'll be very frustrated. So we're making pretty good time here. Another thing I should note is that often you'll see me doing airwalks. Partially that's because my brain is just trained to do that at this point, but also it's a very strong trick. It gets you a lot of points very fast, so we often use it to start off runs to fill up our special meter, which slightly boosts your stats while it is flashing yellow there. Yeah, that helps a lot with your speed through the run. I should also note that, so within the past year, we've added a rule change that allows you on the PC version to use the setting called auto kick off, where I have to hold square to move forward, and that also disables all friction while you're on the ground. So it makes you move way, way faster. So that's another thing that makes this run a lot faster. And I should also note, along the lines of modding, so to activate auto kick off, or I guess disable auto kick, you have to use a modified save. So we just have those floating around and are allowed to use them. But this run is also being done on a patch that is currently unfinished, made by me, that rewrites a lot of the graphics code and also stabilizes the game's memory manager, so it's a lot less likely to crash. That's been a big issue with the PC version. We just got our first gold medal there, but yeah, it also restores the PS1 graphics. So if you've ever played the PC version of this before, typically it uses the Dreamcast graphics. Personally, I'm not the biggest fan of them, so I got it to use the PlayStation graphics. All right, so now we're in New York. This level is a fun one because coming up we have a $250 cash icon that we have to collect, but it's suspended above that statue down here, and you have to ramp yourself off of this little thing here, and oftentimes you'll just ride up the surface of it, and it is very frustrating. Luckily, it's decently consistent on the PC version. I've been playing it recently on PlayStation every now and then, and I don't know how they intended people to do that. It is very frustrating. So now we have to get over to the other side of the level using the subway here. This one always kind of scares me because you have to kind of take a blind turn and land a grind on these tracks. You can drop between them sometimes, and that is a huge time loss. And also when you're jumping off of the tracks at the end, another thing notable about this game that frustrates people is that this game has a mechanic called big drop. So if you drop from a height too high, you have to press X at the right time to successfully land it. Otherwise, you'll just bail. And yeah, understandably, that's rather frustrating. So we just upgraded our stats again at the start of Venice Beach. This is the hardest level in the game, I think. The timing of it is very tight. There's a goal that we must complete in a certain order. There is the recurring character, Ollie the Bum, in this level that you must ollie over 5 times. He only spawns in certain positions, and he'll only exist in one place in the level at once. So you have to kind of follow him around, and we try to mix that in with all of the other goals. Right there, I did a rather difficult gap where you have to make a gigantic jump. That's why I took the time to upgrade my stats right before this. If you don't have good vert stats, you often miss that gap, and it's very frustrating. So here we are doing kind of a scary jump to get $100, but we did quite well there. We're doing very well on time in this level. So bomb number 2, jump up to get that spray can. That one can be a little frustrating because you can sometimes jump under it, and that's not very good. I accidentally did the wrong trick there. We want to tail slide that ledge. I accidentally did the special trick input for dark slide. So now we want to drop right over him. Oh, we missed the cash on that wire. I'm just going to go back for it because the timing of that is very tight. And I took another bail there. That's not good. But we've got plenty of time. And I'm going to miss that ramp really badly. But that's perfect. All right, so now I got to go back for the cash here. There's a pretty good setup for that, 250 by grinding this and then ollieing early. You're guaranteed to get it. And then we have to jump up for the secret tape in a somewhat unintended way. And that's Venice Beach. And now we have competition number 2, Skate Street. This one's pretty straightforward. So one thing I find appealing about this game is that all of the competitions are, like typically throughout the series, you're just trying to optimize your combos so that they're extremely fast and you're, doing like 6-second runs basically. But when you have to collect all the cash here, it lengthens the each run of a competition, and it kind of makes them easier in some ways. But I think routing-wise, it's very interesting. So in this level, we have to grind a couple of rails to unlock these outside areas before we reach them to get the rest of the cash, and that's the competition. now we're on to the last normal level, Philadelphia. This one, also a good run killer. So we start off, we want to drain the fountain, and while we're doing that, we want to get a lot of score and also get the secret tape and some cash over here. So I do a really long dark slide. I'm not liking my score here, so I'm going to get a little bit more just to be safe. And then now we're on our second run. We have to jump up onto that balcony again to get some cash. So there's a 250. And then we have to go the other way. This jump is a little annoying because you have to wall ride off of some grass. And on the old Tony Hawk engine, riding through grass makes you go extremely slow. And oftentimes, if you don't hit the wall ride right away, it's very difficult. And also that jump to blunt slide the awning, that's a little iffy sometimes. And now I'm going for a cool little trick to grab that T. That was very recently found by Adeline, and I really like that trick. It's really cool. Now we have to go into FDR Skate Park over here, and we have to do 4 lip tricks. This is basically the only time you ever have to do a lip trick in this game. And that's a good thing, because lip tricks in this game are they're very finicky. You have to hit the grind button as soon as you get to the top of a quarter pipe. It can be a little annoying, but that went pretty well. And now we're on the final level, bouldering. Yeah, this one's just full of annoying jumps where you have to get up high like that to get some cash. Though I went the wrong direction there. That's the fun part of that banner jump. So now I'm going to do something I found very recently, very poorly. You can jump down for this 250, and it's much faster than typically we would go all the way around in the bowl section to get all of that cash. This is going a bit slowly. We have to grind this wire, and then we have to make our way around for the rest of the bowl cash. Kind of running out of time here, but I think we're good. Just have one more, and we're all good. All right, now final run. Time is coming up pretty soon, but first we have to get 3 pieces of cash as well as get our score, but with all of the jumps that you need to do to get the cash, score isn't really too much of an issue. There we go. There's that last banner jump. And then we just need to jump up onto that wire. This jump is a little tricky sometimes, but we got it. And then time. So yeah, that's Tony Hawk 2. That is a very action-packed run. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and yeah, that's about it.
Wow, you put on a clinic. That was great.